Anyway, should we do Watch This Jerks?
Sure. This has been a weird couple of weeks for me because I started a lot of things but didn't finish them. Usually I finish things, but life.
I watched this
Such is
first
life.
one that you got on here.
Oh, you watched Apartment Q?
Yeah, we watched the first episode.
The first episode is the best episode.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So if you didn't like the first episode, you probably won't like the show.
I liked it. I'm just trying to think of Mrs. Chibi's been. We've been watching a lot of shows, and Mrs. Chibi's been noping out after the first episode lately.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's going to happen here.
So with Department Q, I don't want to spoil. The first episode has a lot of fun stuff in it that I don't want to spoil for people.
It's not that fun. In fact, it's kind of dark. And
it's a very dark show about a police detective in Scotland.
I think
Ireland?
so. It's Scotland. I'm pretty sure it's Scotland.
It's Scotland.
But don't give away any of the plot points. But suffice to say, just like in real life, people have problems. And in this movie and in this show, like there are serious problems that people are dealing with that are not funny at all. But the show tries to make jokes too. Show tries to be funny and clever, which it is. But there's also these serious problems that are going on. And you're like, am I supposed to laugh or?
My problem with the show is the same problem I had with Mind Hunters, right? That was the name of that show?
Yeah, about the dawn of like criminal profiling.
When they're doing the criminal profiling and the mystery stuff,
yeah.
that show is awesome.
Right.
When I have to watch 30 minutes about the guy's kid, I do not care. I don't care about your kids. I don't care about your wives. I don't care about your mother-in-laws. I want to see you solve mysteries.
How many episodes of this did you watch?
I think maybe 4 or 5.
Okay. Are you gonna finish the season or?
I might. It's like it sort of drags. Again, it's a little. It's not enough solving the mystery. Because I don't think solving the mystery takes as long as they wanted the season to be.
Yeah.
Where maybe they could have just done 2 mysteries. Like solve 2 mysteries. It's like solve 2 mysteries then.
Yeah.
Instead of, showing me how you're dealing with your ex-wife. I get it. I guess there are people that are into that. It's just not my thing.
It seems really smart and well done, but like I will probably watch another episode at least. I know another show that we watched that I didn't put on here, but one of these where we watched one episode and Mrs. Chibi was like, no, is that John Hamm show, the new John Hamm show. Friends and Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the first episode was all right, but Mrs. Chibi thought it was pretty corny and cheesy. And
did you watch? I didn't put it on here, but my wife and I started it this week and we liked it. Was The Studio, the Seth Rogen?
I want to watch it because it looks really good and it's well reviewed, and I like Seth Rogen, and I like even the topic of like Hollywood, like a satire of Hollywood. But Miss Chibi not interested. It's again like she doesn't like Seth Rogen. I got to do that on my own time, and I don't think I will really.
Oh well,
but it seems good. It's good, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very clever. There's a joke, and I saw it coming before my wife did, and I'm like, this is very funny. She's like, I don't know what you find funny. I'm like, just wait for it. It's gonna be really funny.
I'll be watching this show in basically YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reel form in various clips and behind the scenes footage, but not really probably anymore. And then
good show.
Thinking about, we should watch this. And yeah.
You know what else I've been watching is the second Hugo Beach murders documentary that they put on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
This one is produced by 50 Cent.
He's producing a lot of documentaries.
I know him.
Yep.
From the video game.
From the video game. Yes. The one and the same.
Good game.
He's now
it told its story through the gameplay.
It did tell its story through the gameplay. 100% it did. And that game was great.
Those are, I mean, by the way, I agree with that point that I do prefer those games where.
So I do too.
Especially like if it's an action game. There's a really, there's a place for like an 8 to 10 hour game that can tell its story that way. They don't really exist too much anymore, but
no, like
I like those games.
You want to keep you moving forward, keep you interested, keep that adrenaline going.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why the new Doom game I keep starting and stopping.
Too much story.
Too much story in between. Like I don't even know. Like I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're wearing a giant robe. I don't know
Doom
what
guy.
you're. Yeah, it's not even Doom guy. It's like, and we've gotta send down the troops, and they're coming, and they're. If we don't
that guy.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care what you have to say.
Love
This is
that
a
guy.
waste of time and money.
Right.
This is a waste. You could have the money spent on this cutscene could have been like another 15 minutes of a level, and we all would have been happier. But instead, I've religious something. We got
he seems cool.
Religious parallel. Oh, look how smart we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Is anyone really going to complain if there's not enough cutscenes in a Doom game? I feel like that's no one's complaint.
But that's literally my point. It's like, why? Why is that even there? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Who finishes that game going, I came for the gunplay, but I stayed for the religious allegory.
Right.
Yeah. No one's doing that. And if you are, you're a liar. But anyway, Gilgo Beach documentary, the Netflix one is better. So if you've seen that, you don't need to watch the Peacock one, but it's always this is the one that has the interview with the wife and the daughter.
Okay. I don't need that. I don't need that. I had enough.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Well,
I'm like waiting for the trial. I can't believe that trial hasn't started yet. They're like dragging their feet on this trial. They're kind of like, what's going to happen?
Making as many documentaries as they can.
Right. It's big business.
They're squeezing out all the juice.
The longer
as many documentaries as you possibly.
Like they still have did Dropout do a documentary on this yet?
Oh my goodness!
Like they're just gonna go around to all the different streaming services.
Yeah, there'll be just a bunch of improv comics going, "Hey, body on the beach, woo!"
No.
All
right, what else we got here? Oh, it's me. I saw a documentary. I guess this is a movie though. I put it under TV. I guess I shouldn't have. Okay. Are we on the? There's a Predator TV show.
There's a Predator. It's a bunch of shorts.
Is it anime?
It's the animated shorts. It's not anime. It's animated. It's anime. Oh. I've watched the first two of I think it's like 3 or 4, maybe 3.
What's he up to these days?
It's like throughout history. So the first one, it's the Predator fighting Vikings, and the second one, he fights a samurai. Yeah.
Those are 2 parts of history. They're fighting.
Pilgrims? Did he fight any pilgrims?
That might be the third one. So
did he fight any like Amish people? Maybe Quakers? Did people know? Just like that'd be a good episode. They're just like killing defenseless people.
Exactly. That's what the Predator does. He goes, "Oh, these guys have no guns. I'm just gonna
come back later.
I'm gonna shoot a laser at that guy's head." And it's not bad. It's not great. I think some people like it a lot more than I do. I really liked Prey. And I'm looking forward to the next.
There's another one coming out, right?
Yeah, there is another one coming out. I'm looking forward to that.
What's that one called?
I thought would be, I'm a fan of the Predator franchise, but this is just, I'm lukewarm on this. So, as you can tell by the fact that I haven't finished it. I am watching more Game Changer on Dropout, and that is continuously a masterpiece of television.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Masterpiece.
I watched the Beatles 64 documentary. I finally got around to watching that.
Oh, okay.
Because I finally got around to updating my Disney Plus to let me watch mature content.
Nice.
On Disney Plus. So I watched
watch the Predator thing on there.
Oh, is that on Disney Plus as well?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to watch that. I really have no interest whatsoever in that.
How is Beatles
specifically that
animated Predator?
Right, style. I don't have that checks no boxes for me.
Right.
But I'm glad you watched some of that in that.
Right.
Filled some time for you.
Right.
How was the Beatles? How were the Beatles?
Oh, they were fine. They were doing well. I mean, it's all just like backstage type of like
found footage.
Yep. Yeah. So there's not really much of a story arc to it at all.
No.
I liked it though.
Yeah, it's cool. Like my kids watched it as well. They were not as They were okay about it.
Yeah, I can't imagine they'd be like, I don't understand why.
Emmeline really liked it because it's got a lot of the just girls and ladies just completely freaking out the entire time.
Yeah.
And that really entertained her, as far as what were these women thinking and doing? What is causing this?
Right.
And then did you lean over and go, most of those women are dead now.
They were so horny back then, and now they're dead. They're dust now.
They just exploded. In Scott Pilgrim. That's how I linked it together. I remember when the ex-girlfriend in Scott Pilgrim exploded due to the orgasm. Right. Same thing happened to every woman in this film.
Right. Yep. Also Elvis.
Yeah.
Elvis could do that.
Elvis could do that.
Oh, I thought you were saying Elvis died by explosive orgasm.
No, he died, I think, drug overdose on the toilet or something.
He had a heart attack on the toilet.
Heart attack on the toilet.
Yeah.
He was constipated from all the drugs and he had a heart attack.
Yeah, he's pushing too hard.
Too hard.
Yeah, and peanut butter and banana sandwiches clog you up.
Peanut butter, banana sandwiches, and amphetamines do not mix.
I saw the documentary about Astroworld tragedy. It's called Trainwreck Astroworld Tragedy, I believe is what it's called.
Travis Scott?
Yes. That was his festival in Houston?
Europe?
Houston or
Houston.
Dallas. Okay. It was probably Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Probably Houston.
Astros? That makes
home
sense?
of the Astrodome.
Yeah, Astroworld. Yeah.
Astroworld.
They did it. That's where they did it, in the parking lot there, I think. And if you remember, a bunch of people died because they got crushed. They got crushed to death, basically, in the crowd because fucking assholes engineered the whole fucking performance. So it was actually I thought it was a pretty good documentary, and it shows you these festivals are potentially very dangerous depending on how competent the people are who are putting them together, and your life is basically in their hands, and you got to be careful, I guess, is the takeaway, because it was 10 people died or something horrible. It's a lot of people, and it just seems like a horrible way to die and could have been easily avoided. I don't want to ruin the plot of the movie.
I'm not watching that. That's depressing.
It's depressing, but it's just, I learned to just not like I'm going to a lot of festivals.
Don't go to concerts?
No.
Okay, I'm in.
I mean, I saw Fatboy Slim. That was like a concert. I wasn't going to get crushed to death there. It was only
I wanted to see one concert. It sold out before pre-sale.
Which one was that?
I wanted to see the live orchestra that plays along to Jaws.
Where was that going to be?
At the Tillis Center.
Oh, you couldn't get in on that? You could scalp that shit on SeatGeek.
I know. That's what I'm going to have to do, but I'm bummed that, I have to do that. They're only doing one performance.
Right. Yeah. Right. We also we had some flat throwback movie nights. We watched Silence of the Lambs in 4K. Ty wanted to see that, so we watched that.
Had he not seen it before?
He had not seen it before.
What did he think of Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah. He liked it a lot. It was great. It holds up great. I was expecting the 4K to add, and maybe it doesn't have HDR. I don't know. I didn't really notice. That didn't add much to it. I don't think.
I mean, it was made in 1990.
Yeah, so I know. I just sometimes
it's not like they were, filming for HDR and 4K. They didn't know that was going to exist.
No, I know. It's I don't know why I felt that way, but maybe it always just looked good and it just couldn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Demme, right? Yeah. Jonathan Demme is a master.
Yeah.
He's a master filmmaker.
It was really cool, and definitely all the the close-ups are definitely very interesting, and I think
they filmed that at the University of Pittsburgh.
I think Ty enjoyed it.
Well, parts of
I did too.
At the University of Pittsburgh. Yes.
I also watched this next thing on here, and I'm interested to talk about it with you.
The Led Zeppelin documentary.
What was that called?
It's called I want to say Becoming Led Zeppelin.
That's it.
That's what it's called.
Chip, you didn't watch that? You don't care for Led Zeppelin at all?
I am indifferent to Led Zeppelin. I'm not going to turn their music off if it's on, but it's not like a band that I'm a little younger than you. the two of you. So Led Zeppelin.
You're not that much younger. Let's.
Well, but you're an old soul.
Hold your horses there.
Yeah,
Led Zeppelin was done making albums
than I am.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
But let's hear about Led Zeppelin.
I thought it was a very good documentary. I know Chibi feels differently than me.
I felt they deserved a lot better tribute / documentary than what they got. It just seemed like the production on it just seemed like it was just these guys. It was all of them in a chair individually. I guess these guys hate each other.
Wait, you wanted them in a chair together?
I wanted them.
They're not going to talk together.
They don't talk together. Okay,
they don't talk together. They don't talk at all. That was sort of the hook, is that you rarely see them do any interviews about Led Zeppelin
right.
They don't talk about it.
Right.
So to get them together to talk about it is why you're watching this documentary.
That part was interesting.
If you don't care about that, then you're not going to care.
No, I did learn, like you did. I did learn stuff that both John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page were both like studio musicians. Like
I didn't know that whole thing either. I didn't know they played on all those Donovan records. I thought that was pretty cool because I love those Donovan records, and I had no idea that was Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones playing on them.
Right.
So yeah, that was really cool. It was really interesting, the whole thing with like that house that Jimmy Page was living in when he was a studio musician, that one on the lake, was crazy. That house was so nice. And while he was doing that, Robert Plant was homeless.
Right. And like he was like a homeless hippie who is pro weed and doing like very active and openly pro weed everything. Yeah, demonstrations. Like, and they sort of glossed over it. That like they were like they showed a picture of it and they're like, don't mention this or something. You know, like it's just like, well, wait a minute, we're not going to talk about that. Like, just went right by that. I don't know. It just, to me, like they're a really epic band, and when you look at the albums that they put out, like some of these albums, like every song is a home run.
Yes.
Right. It's just like 9 songs. It's just like how you
the first 5 albums probably,
and that's just crazy. But
4 is the best. Is 4 the best?
You can argue.
You can argue. Like you can go either way. But I feel
4's got Stairway on it, so that's always going to be the.
And the biggest problem, one of the other problems that I had with this documentary is that it ends like when 2 comes out, I think, right?
Yeah, that's why it's called Becoming.
I understand that, but like it just like the whole feel I got watching the documentary like was not epic. Like there was no.
So what I heard was, because the whole thing is centered around the interviews.
Yeah,
is that after talking about Led Zeppelin 2, they all got bored. Basically, they were like, "Okay, we've done enough interviews." And they left, and they didn't want to talk about it anymore, and that was the end of it. That's what I heard. So that's why the documentary didn't go on any longer than that.
Oh my God.
They didn't want to talk about it.
That's what it seems like. That's like literally the movie ends, and you're like, what happened? Did they run out of money? Because like you didn't get to any of like their fame really. Like they were just becoming popular.
Yeah, there should be a part 2 and probably a part 3. Like you need and now they're huge.
You need a lot.
This is like the band being huge, and then there's and then what happened after Led Zeppelin ended. Yes, there should be a part 2 and a part 3, and I would very much like to see a part 2 and a part 3.
Did you see the David Bowie documentary, or the movie documentary called
The Moon Age Daydream?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that one. That one's good. I don't like it as much as some people do.
Okay, like that one just seemed more like epic. Well,
that one is like it's all interviews cut together. It's like a whole. That's like
I think I just like the production better on that one. And also one thing that I hate and I like almost like unforgivable is that not like they owe us anything, but in the Led Zeppelin one, you're clearly watching concert footage that's not matching with the audio. Like they're presenting something that didn't happen. Like. And I'm like, you can't do that and not say that you're doing it. Like, how am I going to trust the other stuff in the documentary if you're just showing me shit that's not real? So I didn't like that either. That being said, if you have Netflix, you can just watch it on there, and there's good music in it.
Decide for yourself.
If the music wasn't in it, the thing was unwatchable. Basically, let's put it that way.
I would give it a solid B+. I feel like you would give it like a C. So, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We don't have to agree on everything.
Sure.
Yeah. If we're gonna have disagreements, it might as well be on Led Zeppelin documentaries.
How did you enjoy Robert Plant's head?
It's gigantic.
No, the thing on his head.
What about you? Mean his hair?
Yeah.
His poodle hair?
That was like, dude, you're like
that for forever now.
But it looks ridiculous on an 80-year-old person.
I know.
If no one thinks that's real, it looks like you're just like a rug got attached, like literal rug got attached to the back of your head, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't need to make fun of an old person when I'm an old person myself, and I have no hair also.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I know you did. I just wanted more. I thought it was going to be really epic, and I was really excited to watch it. And then I watched it. I even got Mrs. Chibi to watch it, which she doesn't give two shits about Led Zeppelin, and she watched it. And I was just disappointed. That's all.
Sorry.
Anyway,
watched Clue.
I think you mentioned that last time, didn't you?
No, it was between. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, my kids really liked Clue.
The game.
No, the movie.
Well, the movie based upon the.
Oh, you watched it again, is what you're saying?
No,
they watched it for the first time.
Oh, I watched it liked it
for the 20th time.
Got it.
Yeah, they really enjoyed it. They've been quoting Clue for the last week or so around the house. So,
what are some of the top lines from Clue?
Flames. They do the whole flames thing.
I don't remember the movie.
Yeah.
Side of my face.
Yeah, heaving flames. There's that. They go around saying communism is a red herring a lot.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they do 1 + 1 + 2 + 1 + 1 +
They get lost on that one, but yes, they try that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, lots of good stuff in Clue.
That movie rocks.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
That movie, yeah, it's a flawless film. Cinematic masterpiece.
I don't know how like I've watched the documentary of the making of Clue as well, and it doesn't go into great detail on it, but I don't know how they couldn't have just been cracking up like nonstop.
Oh, I'm sure they were. I'm sure they had a very nice time making that movie. It feels like they had a good time making that movie. It's not a big ego cast.
No, but like they're just constantly like within a foot of each other, like the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, good movie.
Yes, it is.
We also learned between last show and this that Popeye is the most coked up movie set ever. What year was that?
1980.
1980.
Yeah, 1979 or 80?
No, it's gotta be 80.
80?
Can't be 79, yeah.
Can't be 7. That's way off.
No. It's
I remember seeing that movie in the theaters.
80, yeah. Me too.
Don't ask me how I remember seeing it.
Dude, that's too young to see that movie. Yeah, that movie's fucking disturbing. I remember
I saw it as a re-release.
The octopus is the scary part of the movie. The octopus is the
scary part, but
I remember not liking the octopus, and I watched that movie also
when
way too many times when I was little.
When Bluto sees red.
Scary.
Yeah.
That scared me as a kid.
Yep.
That was scary as a kid. Mm-hmm.
The whole just look of the movie is a little scary because it's like a shanty town.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Robert Altman directing Popeye is a strange. It would be like a My Little Pony movie directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It's weird.
It's a fucking weird movie. I was 7 when I saw it in the theater. And I don't remember every movie that I saw in the theater, especially like when I was that young. But I distinctly remember thinking that this movie is. I used to watch Popeye, like the cartoon. You know, it was big. You know, everyone likes Popeye. The guy fucking just talks to himself, like train of thought, like mumbling. It's like hilarious. And this movie is fucking like weird and disturbing and scary. It's like all the things that like Popeye is weird in that he talks to himself.
Well, it's a musical as well.
And it's a musical.
With music
and it's
by
sad.
Harry Nilsson.
It was just like, this was not
Popeye's
what I was
dad
expecting.
Is just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just, it's fucked up. It was fucked up.
Love it.
Yeah. they
It's like
it's what formed me into what I am today.
I like that movie a lot too. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying I like that movie a lot.
Right.
That's two different things. It's better than Heart Beeps, I'll tell you that much.
I remember that movie. I saw that in the theater too. And that I just remember thinking this movie sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know what the fuck is happening. Is that it's like some Jack Nicholson?
No. Andy Kaufman.
Oh, it's some robot shit in that one.
Yes, that is the Andy Kaufman, Bernadette Peters.
Yeah,
movie.
that movie didn't make any fucking sense.
That movie makes no sense.
You did go to the movies a lot. And they didn't have Rotten Tomatoes back then, so you're just like...
And it's like you went to the movies because it was what you did.
Not that many things to do.
Yeah, it was like, oh, what are you going to do? We're going to go to the movies this weekend. What are we going to see? What's playing?
Right.
Like sometimes you didn't even know what was playing. You would just roll up. Be like, what starts next?
Right.
And that's what you would go see. That's how you wind up seeing Ernest Scared Stupid.
I'm all right with that movie as well.
Yeah.
Not it's definitely... It's Clue, then Popeye, and then Ernest Scared Stupid. If I have to rate those three movies.
Where would you rate Caddyshack 2 in that list?
Oh, it's below Ernest Scared Stupid.
That movie is below Ernest.
What about Nothing But Trouble?
That is above Ernest Scared Stupid, just out of the sheer audacity of his existence. And yes, I saw that in the theaters.
I did too. I wanted to leave that one and Caddyshack 2 before it finished, but I did not.
I stayed for all of Nothing But Trouble because I think I was the right age.
I had to see how it ended.
You did?
Yeah. There's this part that movie is an acid trip of a movie.
Right.
It makes you uncomfortable the entire time you're watching it.
The entire time.
It's pretty amazing. Like just how uncomfortable you are in every scene.
Yes. Because Chevy Chase is good at making you feel like, especially when he's playing like his usual like womanizing like jerk character.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes it automatically uncomfortable.
Everything about that movie is like everything.
Police abusing their power, being helpless.
Demi Moore probably looking better than she's ever looked in any other movie.
Right. Yep. And Dan Aykroyd looking worse than he's
ever looked in any other movie. There's a lot of weirdness in that movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac Shakur is in that movie.
Yes,
Humpty Hump is in that movie too.
Yep.
Humpty Hump. Yep.
Cool Keith, is it the same guy? I think so.
Is it?
Cool Keith.
It's
Humpty Hump? No, not the same guy.
No. Okay. I was like, I did not remember that fact.
No.
So
Humpty Hump, he is the Shock G was his name. His name wasn't Humpty Hump. His name was Shock G.
His name was Humpty Hump.
No. What? Whose name?
Look, all I know is that he had sex in a Burger King bathroom.
Right.
That's
and he's a freak.
Where my knowledge begins and my knowledge ends.
Right. I know that he's a freak. He likes the girls with the boom. And like you said, he once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. We got this in the CAG bag. Ederfib wrote in and says, Superman is my favorite superhero character since ever. I've watched the trailer for Superman around 20 times now. It's amazing. It looks like the comic books in movie format. It's the more Superman comic book accurate movie, the most Superman comic movie accurate movie we'll ever get. I can't wait to see it. In fact, it's the movie that will get me back to a theater after so many years. I was listening to the Howard Stern show today, and they revealed something about the Superman movie that I don't think you know, Wombat. Even you, who probably think you know everything about the new Superman movie, you don't know this.
I'll tell you what, I was going to buy tickets for the early screening of Superman.
Uh-huh.
And I went, and it was going to be for 3. And I'm like, oh, they're here. The tickets, they have the seats that I like and the theater that I like. Yeah. It was going to be $90.
What?
For 3 people to see the movie.
That's crazy.
I know. And I was like, you know what? I think I could wait till that Saturday morning instead. And
wait, so they charge more for the early? Is that what they're doing?
I honestly don't know, or if it was just that expensive. All I know is that it was going to be about $90. It's like $88.78 or something ridiculous. And I was like, you know what?
Fuck that.
I want to see this movie, but I don't want to see it for $80.
Right. Anyway, so what they revealed on Howard today was that James Gunn, the director, is a big fan of the Stern Show, and when he was looking,
fireworks off behind me. I don't know.
I saw that. He's a big fan of the Stern Show, and when he was looking to sort of figure out what Ma and Pa Kent should sound like, he decided to use Richard Christie, who's one of the guys on the Stern Show, use his parents, the guys from like Kansas. So his parents like call into the show, and they're like super hicky. And so here's a preview of what Pa Kent is going to sound like.
Well, Rich, this is your dad. I hear you coming home Friday, so I've been catching some snapping turtles on limb lines, so we might just have us some fried
Superman's dad.
Snapping turtle. And your mother's here, she's stemming gooseberries. Maybe we'll have fried turtle and gooseberry pies. So all good old turtle. So we'll see you then, bub. Bye.
Pretty good, right? So now you know. That's a sneak preview. That's not in any trailer. Now you know what Pa Kent's going to sound like.
I've seen the Kents in the trailer.
Does he say, talk to you later, bub?
No.
Oh, does he see anything? Does he say anything?
He gives with great power comes a great responsibility speech to Superman in the trailer.
Does he talk like that?
No.
He doesn't? Maybe, that could be like an early version for the trailer.
Maybe.
Or maybe his mom's, but Richard's mom is really not on the show much, so I don't know. Anyway, I like that. It was funny.